If your dream is to own and live in a beautiful oak-framed home built to your exact specification, you may be wondering about the best way to turn that dream into a reality. In this film, Andy Parker from The Complete Oak Home will provide some great advice on how to avoid some of the common pitfalls and hidden costs that you may encounter on your self-build journey. So where would you begin your self-build project?
Well, very logically, you go to a builder. You're going to build a house, you're self-building, it seems like the obvious place to go to, but a builder can only build to a set of drawings for which you've got planning permission, for which you've got a set of building regulations approval. So he's going to point you towards an architect. Again, that's the right place to start. However, what you really do need, if you've decided to go down the oak frame route, you really do need an architect who understands oak framing. If you don't understand oak framing, it's going to give you issues right throughout the process, from the design right the way through the construction.
So if you want an oak-framed home, wouldn't it make sense to go straight to an oak frame manufacturer?
They've got the oak framing expertise, but they also have a commercial imperative to sell you as much oak frame as they can. It's entirely understandable. I would liken it to perhaps going to a window manufacturer to design your house. You could end up with an awful lot of windows.
The question you really want answering is how much will it cost to build an oak-framed home?
Of course, that's a question that everybody's got to answer for themselves, and one we're asked very regularly. The place to start is with your complete project budget. That's the pot of money you've got to build the complete house, a house that's ready to move into. From that, we can take off the other big ticket items. So you've got costs like your professional fees, which will include architectural design, it'll include engineering, it'll include surveys, it'll include regulatory fees like planning and building regulations. Take all of that out, and that gives us a construction cost. We'll then divide that by typical cost per square metre, and that will give us the area into which we need to design your house, meeting your brief and aspirations, to give you a building, a home that you can afford to complete and move into. And I think it's quite important when we talk about a complete oak home, we talk about construction costs, we talk about turnkey costs, we're talking about a house that is ready to move into. So this is including kitchens, bathrooms, floor finishes, wall finishes, a complete house, a complete turnkey project.
If you've never self-built before, you will almost certainly have concerns about the risks. Even choosing the right partners can feel risky.
When you start out on a self-build project, it feels like there's a huge learning curve, a lot of risk, and what you really want to do is have confidence that you can build the house you want within the budget that you have available with a team of people you feel you can work with. We offer a feasibility service where we look at planning feasibility, we work on your budget with you, we get your brief, look at your aspirations, and then present you with some concepts for a design for your house, which hopefully enable you to determine if the Complete Oak Home are the right company for you and your project.
So once you've got the right design, you've got to find the right team to build it.
You've got to get the right builder. You've got to get a builder who's experienced with oak frame. It's as important as getting the right architect at the front end of the process. At the back end of the process, you've got to have the right builder. And there are really two routes. You can either go down a tender route or a negotiated contract route. With a negotiated contract route, we negotiate on behalf of our clients with a preferred main contractor, make sure they're getting value for money. With the tender route, we prepare a tender package. It will go out to several main contractors or builders, and from that, we'll help the client evaluate those and decide who they want to work with.
If you've not got your cost planning right at the beginning, it can have a huge impact at the end of the project and really spoil your enjoyment of your new home.
So that final mistake people can make is ineffective cost planning throughout the whole of the project, from start to finish of the design process, thinking about the home that they want to move into, so they're able to construct their house, they get the bones of the house built, but then they run out of budget and they then have to compromise on things like the kitchen, the bathrooms, the floor finishes, the doors, all those little things that actually make a house a home.
So to summarise, focus on cost from start to finish. Work with a design team that have a proven expertise in oak-framed houses. Have a construction team that specialise in oak-frame homes. And ideally work with an all-in-one independent team. Whether you want us to design and build, or just build your new oak-framed home, there is no better choice than working with a specialist team at the Complete Oak Home. If you would like to speak to Andy or another member of the team, call 01249 479 890. we're always happy to help. Or you can email us at start@thecompleteoakhome.co.uk.